taking what they're giving because I'm working for a living.
This is the Checka Pro Radio Show, sponsored by CheckaPro.com. To find pre-qualified local service providers, click on CheckaPro.com. Here's your host, the man with a hard hat and tool belt, Jim Klauck.
Hey, that is me, Jim Klauck, a.k.a. Checka Pro Joe. Thank you for tuning in each and every week to my radio program where I help you, my listeners, the homeowners here in the greater DFW area, find that contractor that you really need. We check them out. We check insurance, licenses, and references, as you know, and I brought Cody Johnson back to the show from Garage Door Doctor. Cody, how are you?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm doing great today.
Since 1987, you have been, your whole family has been a Garage Door Doctor, been serving homeowners in Texas.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a long journey, so enjoying it, and the team's enjoying it, and my family's loving it.
Your father, Vincent, started the company when you were a kid.
Absolutely. Yeah, so he started in 1987. He didn't start it for me. He started it because of my baby brother, Ryan. And he's like, hey, we got to go make more. We got to go earn more. We got to work harder. And he maxed out on his hours. He was a mechanic. And so he maxed out on the hours he could do. He specialized in rebuilding steering wheel columns. And he says, all right, that's my specialty. That's my niche. And he says, I'm going to do garage doors over here until that takes off. And surprise, surprise, garage doors took off and the steering wheel column rebuild did not. And it's good because he's a big guy like me. We're big, tall guys. And the cars kept getting smaller anyways, so he wouldn't fit very well in them. So, but yeah, the garage door business took off. And then, I joined in about, late 2001. And it's been growing ever since. It's been a great experience being able to work with my dad and my brother and my mom and my uncle.
Yeah, you had mentioned your brother and the fact that your parents had to figure out how to make more money, so your father was in charge of that. You're all still working together in the business today. That's what's amazing.
Yeah, sometimes people don't like working with family. We tend to get along pretty well. When we talk a little bit more aggressively to each other, we always learn, and it's been a great experience. I remember, even in like elementary when I was sick or something, Dad has like an extremely strong work ethic. And so he's like, well, you don't get to stay at home and watch Price is Right. You're coming to work. Let's go. So I learned real quick, you want to stay healthy and you want to stay out of trouble. And it really did help me a lot. So, and Ryan, he's the same type of cat I am. And I love working with my parents and my brother.
You guys are fantastic. Pre-qualified home service provider at CheckaPro.com. By the way, everybody, if you want to learn more about Cody and his company, Garage Door Doctor, you can just Google Garage Door Doctor. Also, check him out at CheckaPro.com. We've checked your insurance, licenses, and references. Luckily, in the state of Texas, you don't need to have a license. We won't get into that, but some home service providers do. But that's one reason why you've become part of Checka Pro, because it takes you to a different level. Absolutely.
Like when we wanted to join with you, you're like, hey, get me references and all this stuff and the insurance and everything. And, we had it, but I was like, why do you need the references? We've got great reviews online. Isn't that good enough? And you're like, no. I've got to talk to these homeowners. We got to make sure they're not fake. We got to make sure that you're providing great service. What I like is it sets us apart from everybody else. So there's a lot of what I'll call fake companies. There's like 15 different names. They go by 15 different names, and they have taillight warranties, which means as soon as you drive off, you don't see the taillight, that you have no warranty. And so it really kind of helps us set us apart, and I really appreciate the service you provide.
And I appreciate the service you provide for my listeners. I'm going to give out your phone number, Cody, to everyone listening today. If you need your garage door tuned up, if you need it repaired, and if you need it replaced, and by the way, door quotes are always free, right? So
absolutely, you
can call Cody at 469-489-3834. Again, his number is 469-489-3834. But we have this offer today. And a lot of people, Cody, treat this as a contest because when they call, they're like, am I one of the first 8 callers today? And if you are one of the first 8 callers today, you're in for a special surprise. Throughout the hour, Cody is going to be educating all of us on your garage door in terms of maintenance, repairs, replacements, really neat things like how you can get the MyQ garage door opener, which will make your life a lot easier and actually safer in many ways. But also during the program, he's going to be offering, with my help, because I'm going to pull it out of him, these 8 offers. And I'm going to give this offer out to everyone who's listening right now, Cody. And I want everyone to listen carefully and digest this, because you really are going to love it. So garage doors need to be maintained. Cody from Garage Door Doctor is offering a tune-up, and he's going to throw in 10 rollers for free. These are nylon rollers, and I'm going to have Cody in a moment explain what the rollers are and what they do and why it's important to upgrade them. For $129, only $129, you are going to get a tune-up for your garage door. You're going to get 10 free premium nylon rollers as part of that. That is a $350 value for $129. But wait, there's more. When Cody and his team are at your home for only $129, he is going to throw in a garage door inspection at no additional price, and that's a value of $165. If I'm not mistaken, over $500 of goodies here.
Yes.
In parts and labor. Okay, $500 for only $129.
You said bring a strong offer. That's about as strong as you can get, right? So, but yeah, and on the roller side, I always see this, a lot of builder grade rollers. There's generally 3 types of rollers. There's different grades of them too, but generally 3 types of rollers. So you have plastic rollers that have no ball bearings. And you'd say, well, that's going to be great. And the builders put it on, right? And then you hit the button, and every month you start hearing this like squealing noise going through everywhere. And what that is, it's like they don't have ball bearings. So when it's like driving down the freeway with the brakes on, right? Like the wheels aren't turning. And so that's not good, because the door is going to get stuck. They're going to get, instead of being round, they're, like a wheel, it's instead of it being round, it's going to get squared off. And then it gets stuck, and then something bad happens. So you have those type of rollers. You have metal rollers that have ball bearings. So what I like about that is they do roll, so that's good. But then you have metal on metal, which is clanking and a tick, 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 and stuff like that. So it makes quite a bit of noise, and it's not quite as smooth. So then there's kind of like a hybrid almost. It's a nylon coated roller, so it's quiet when it's in the tracks, but it has ball bearings, and so that way the door is running really, really smooth and about as quiet as you can get it. And that's the key thing. We need the door to be smooth, so that way it's as safe as possible. We've had very good luck with them. Yeah, so we love to be able to provide that for you.
Call now to get your tune-up, 10 free rollers, and at the same time, a free garage door inspection, a value of over $500 for just $129. But only 8 of my listeners are going to get this today. You will not find this offer on the Garage Door Doctor website. You can't find it anywhere in print. It's only available on my show. So call now, 469-489-3834. Once again, 469-489-3834. Call now, because only 8 of my listeners are going to get this today. Our producer, Jerry, keeps us up to speed on this, because you'll notice when you call, you'll actually hear my voice. It goes through a system, and Jerry is notified. And Jerry says, oh, here's another one, here's another one. And so when the 8 are up, that's it during this hour. Call now, 469-489-3834. We set up a special phone number just for the radio program, just for this offer. It goes to a special CSR at Garage Door Doctor. Explain what a CSR is and why it's important for people when they call.
Yeah, so it's our customer service representative. Their job is to make sure that we can kind of read how urgent your need is and make sure that we take down all your info, so that way our guys can get out there and get you taken care of. They'll look at the quickest available opening for you. Now, if you want to be, if you say, hey, I'm available a week from now, that's fine too. They'll be able to look at our capacity and get you taken care of. I love it because, like, if you talk to Rose or Natalie, just tell them I said hi. They're fantastic. They've been with us for a very long time. We do have a couple more newer members on the team, but if you talk to Rose or Natalie, tell them I said hi.
Call now, 469-489-3834. There's no obligation. If you just have a question, or if you want Cody or someone from his team to come out and look at your garage door because you know you need a new one. That happens all the time, Cody. People are driving around, they hear us, and they're like, I didn't know who to call.
Yeah.
But now I know Cody. You can call 469-489-3834, and for no cost, someone from Cody's team will come out and they will give you a quote on a new garage door. A little later during the program, I'm going to ask Cody more about that and what you may want to look for in a new garage door and why it's important. We have to take a quick break. Once again, here is Cody's phone number. Call now. Only 8 of these available. 469-489-3834. Again, 469-489-3834. We'll be right back right after this with more garage door information for you, my listener, here on Check A Pro Radio. Stand by.
Dennis Prager here. Just go to checkapro.com. You'll find names, phone numbers, affiliations, and license numbers, everything you need to feel confident about hiring a contractor and getting your project done right. Checkapro.com.
Did you know your old garage door can help save lives? Hi, I'm Tommy Mello with Garage Door Doctor. When we replaced your garage door, we put the old garage door to work, donating old doors to local first responders so they can train for life-saving rescue operations. Right now, we'll give you up to $1,000 for your old garage door when you upgrade to a new one. From simple repairs to new garage doors, call the Garage Door Doctor today.
Honest quality work at a fair price. Garage Door Doctor. Garage Door Doctor.
I'm taking what they're giving cause I'm working for a living.
This is the Check A Pro Radio Show, sponsored by checkapro.com. To find pre-qualified local service providers, click on checkapro.com. Here's your host, the man with a hard hat and tool belt, Jim Klauck.
Yes, that is me. You can call me Check A Pro Joe. You know, Cody, a lot of people say, why are you called Check A Pro Joe if your name is Jim? Joe rhymes with Check A Pro, so Check A Pro Jim didn't really work in the meeting. So I was renamed a long time ago. It's kind of a mascot name, Check A Pro Joe. But you can call me Jim.
All right, I'll call you Jim and Joe. How about that? Both at the same time.
Here is Cody's number again in case you didn't get it before the break. It's 469-489-3834. That is the phone number at Garage Door Doctor to get your tune-up and 10 free rollers. A $350 value for just $129. But wait, there's more because he's throwing in a garage door inspection. So when you have him come out for the $129, he's also going to give you a garage door inspection valued at $165. So this is worth over $500 collectively.
Absolutely.
For just $129. Call now, 469-489-3834. 469-489-3834. Jerry's talking in my ear, which also Cody can hear. And what he's telling us is there is someone on the line that wants to talk to us. So someone's calling in. Her name's Elizabeth. So let's go out and talk to Elizabeth, okay?
Perfect.
Oh, and when we come back, before we go to Elizabeth, so Jerry, hold on to that phone call. Before we do that, when we come back, I want you to explain to everybody about the rollers and the great value they're getting because you're throwing those in for free.
Awesome.
All right, Jerry, hook us up with Elizabeth. Elizabeth, thank you for joining us today here on Check A Pro Radio.
Yeah, you know what? The garage people were fantastic. The dude was friendly, professional.
That is so awesome to hear. Would you call Cody and his team out again if you needed anything else?
We will call him back if we need him. He was fair, honest, and very, very nice. It's nice to have somebody that's not pushy. He didn't push more, honest. He just, repaired what we needed to, and the rollers were great. I mean, yeah, that's how I found you guys on the radio show. And I said, I got to call these people. And I did and set up an appointment, and I am very happy.
Elizabeth, would you recommend Cody and his team from Garage Door Doctor to your neighbors, friends, and family?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I told my neighbor Ray.
Oh, that's fantastic. And so if you were to give them a review, would it be 1 star or 5 or somewhere between?
I'd say a 5. We were completely satisfied. I mean, the price was right. We had to have an extra repair, and he didn't rip us off or talk us into anything we didn't need. Yeah, no issues at all.
Elizabeth, thanks for listening, and thanks for calling in. I really appreciate it. Oh, Cody, I love hearing from people like Elizabeth.
Oh, that was amazing testimonial. I love it. I'm loving that my guys did the job right and that she's a raving fan. That makes me so happy.
Yep. Call now if you have an experience with Garage Door Doctor or if you want to get in on this deal. 469-489-3834. Again, 469-489-3834. If you've just tuned in and you're wondering why I'm talking a million miles an hour and why I'm really excited, is because Cody Johnson from Garage Door Doctor is here in the Check A Pro Radio studios, and he is offering a 29-point inspection as part of this tune-up. I mean, this is just overwhelming. $129 tune-up and 10 free rollers, ordinarily a $350 value. And on top of that, because I shook him upside down and I said, I want more. And he said, Joe, you're killing me. But I can give this to you. And I said, what is that? He said, a free garage door inspection. If we were to go out and do that, it's $165. We're going to throw that in for free. So over $500 worth of goodies today for just $129.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I'm a big, heavy guy. I can't believe you lifted me up there. So,
you're taller than me, too.
Our goal here is to be able to connect with the clients, build a connection with them, and know, like, trust. I want them to know us. I want them to like us, and I want them to trust us. Hopefully, they'll allow us to put a sticker on the garage door. We'll do the inspection. If there's anything that comes up, we'll let them know. And that's what the goal is: just build a great relationship that we can build on.
I've been promising everybody you're going to go into some detail about the nylon rollers. I know you spoke about them a little before, but one of the best benefits of this, and I'll tell you, Elizabeth thought this was great, and I agree. One of the greatest benefits of this offer are those rollers. So you talked before a little bit about, how they could square off if they're not good and so forth. But for those people who've just tuned in and don't know what we're talking about and why I'm so excited, give them an idea of kind of how the rollers you're going to put on for free are more like a Cadillac versus an old Chevy.
Yeah. So, and that might be a good relation, right? Like, so sometimes people have a 2-year-old door and the builder grade rollers are locking up and they need to be changed. But sometimes we have a 15, 20 or 30-year-old door and those rollers are about to fall apart. And so first of all, we want to be preemptive and take care of stuff before it breaks. That's the most economical route for you, right? But when we put on the new rollers, that door is going to run so much smoother. Just so much smoother. It's going to feel a lot better and a lot easier on the opener. So this is, again, not just about quieting the door down, which is the big benefit that I hope you'd be able to hear when it's done, but it's also about making the door smoother and easier to push up and close, because that's going to make the opener last longer. A lot of times the opener is tied into just some sheet metal on the garage door. It's going to make that hold up longer. And that's what, we need that door to work as safe and as smooth as possible. And this is going to help us get that down the pathway.
Call now. Really, do not delay. 469-489-3834. We're in the second quarter of the game. There are 4 segments to the radio program. We'll call it a game.
Okay.
There's still some time, but there aren't as many offers. So when we play the game on the radio for everybody, it's like a game show, right? You can get a great deal today for $129. You have until the end of the show if the 8 offers haven't been used up yet. Well, Jerry tells me there's only 6 left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So call now to get your $129 tune-up. You're going to get 10 free rollers for that. It's a $350 value. On top of that, Cody's throwing in his 29-point garage door inspection valued at $165. This is worth over $500 total for just $129. Call now, 469-489-3834. 469-489-3834. You know, Cody, I encourage people who listen to the program to email me. If you want to email me, joe@checkapro.com. joe@checkapro.com. I'll give out my email again a little later. But Tony sent an email in this past week, so I want to have you answer it. And I love this. This is a great question. So Tony's asking, should I establish a relationship ahead of time with my local garage door company? I hear you talk to Cody all the time on the radio. Is this something I should do like I have with my auto mechanic, my dentist, my HVAC company, and my plumber? I think I know the answer.
Well, that's an absolute yes, absolutely. So, sometimes I know, like when we moved, I'll just say, like when I personally moved, I moved from one part of the city to the other. Well, when I didn't know anybody, like when my HVAC system broke or if I had a plumbing problem, we had a plumbing problem. I actually needed an electrician because the breaker box was an issue. A lot of times, a lot of these people just work in a couple zip codes and for us, we service all of Dallas-Fort Worth area. A lot of these trades, they only work in a couple zip codes, so they wouldn't come to me because I moved about 20 miles away, and so they wouldn't come to me. So now, like, I didn't really, I first thought, I'm like, what do I do? The goal here is to get to know us, build that relationship, and that way, if down the road something fails or you run into your door or some sort of emergency happens, you already know us, you already like us, you already trust us, you know who to call. Garage Door Doctor is the one to call. We'll get out there. We work every day from 8 a.m., and we have ER services all the way till 11 p.m. So we can take care of you, and we work 365. We don't take a day off. We get don't worry, we get our team members. They do get days off. Don't you worry about that. But we're able to staff it so we have 7-day coverage for our clients.
You take very good care of your team, and I find that to be fantastic but very important, because if you take care of your team members at Garage Door Doctor, they can take care of my listeners.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think of my colleagues as clients. That's what they are. They're my clients, right? So happy technicians is a happy client. That's what's going to happen. If they're happy, they're going to treat our listeners. They're going to treat them right, and they're going to make them happy, and that's the goal. I don't like it when guys show up in bad attitudes. I've had those type of home service companies. They come out and they're like, "What do you want, man?" Like they're all rude and stuff. And a lot of times my wife is the one, because I'm usually at work. My wife is usually talking to them, and it's the first things I ask her anytime she has to deal with a contractor of some type is like, so what's going on? And the first thing she'll say is, I just don't trust them, or I'm just not confident in them, or they were rude, something like that. I don't think you're going to get that experience from us. We specialize in 5-star service. We specialize in a customer experience, and I would challenge you to give us a call and just come experience what we do different than everybody else.
Cody's number, 469-489-3834. 469-489-3834. So, Tony, hopefully that answers your question. I could have answered that one myself. It's always good to have a relationship with any type of service provider. Like I've said, and actually like Tony said, he has one with his dentist and his doctor and his auto mechanic. You should have one with an electrician, a plumber, garage door, HVAC, all the majors in the home.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then when you find out that they're great, refer them to your neighbors.
And if you need some help finding one, well, go to checkapro.com. They've been checked out.
That's why you exist.
That's why I exist. Your phone number, again, I can't give this out enough. And as I do, the offers dwindle. We started off with 8, and there's only 5 left.
Whoa, another one went.
Another one is gone. I love giving them away, though. So call now, 469-489-3834. You are going to get a tune-up and 10 free rollers, not for the $350 it usually costs, only $129. On top of that, you're going to get a garage door inspection for free, ordinarily $165. I said this a few moments ago. This is worth over $500 for just $129 for only 5 people left. So call now, 469-489-3834. 469-489-3834. Before we go to the break, we have a few seconds here. You guys will always for free come out and do a free garage door quote.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if you want a door quote, so you would think that's obvious, but it says garage door doctor. So a lot of times people think, oh, they just do repair services. Well, of course we do. We specialize in repair services, but we also specialize in new door systems. And that's what it is. It's a whole system. And what you'll really like this. Remember, Jim, we did this at your house. This was really cool. So when we come out, instead of us just measuring your door and say, here's the price, no, first of all, we're about giving options. You get to choose, select through a whole catalog of options, but also we'll take a picture. Or you take a picture of the house and I can show you the different flavors of the garage doors, different stamp patterns and designs. It makes your job a lot easier and you don't have to worry about what it's going to look like. You're going to love it.
It's so great to see everything up front. Cody's number, 469-489-3834 for that free garage door quote, 469-489-3834. When we come back, we're going to be answering a question from Jessica. When's the best time to replace my garage door? She wants to know. That's coming up next right here on the Check a Pro Radio Show. Stand by.
This is Sebastian Gorka. If you're looking for a quality home service provider, log on to checkapro.com. That's checkapro.com.
Did you know your old garage door can help save lives? Hi, I'm Tommy Mello with Garage Door Doctor. When we replace your garage door, we put the old garage door to work, donating old doors to local first responders so they can train for life-saving rescue operations. Right now, we'll give you up to $1,000 for your old garage door when you upgrade to a new one. From simple repairs to new garage doors, call the Garage Door Doctor today.
Honest quality work at a fair price. Garage Door Doctor. Garage Door Doctor.
This is the Check a Pro Radio Show, sponsored by checkapro.com. What are the latest services, products, and techniques? The pros check in here. Here's your host, the man with a hard hat and tool belt, Jim Klauck.
And that is me. If you go to checkapro.com, you will see me in the hard hat and tool belt. And there's a long story about how I got involved with contractors. It's really not my world. I'm not in the trades. I work with them. I'm just a homeowner. I'm a guy in midlife plus, right? I don't think I'm going to live another 100% more time. So anyway, I'm an older gentleman. But anyway, years ago, I had a problem with contractors, and I decided that I was going to put together a group for my neighbors. And 20 years ago, back in 2005, is when I started Check a Pro. My company checks out contractors, and Garage Door Doctor was one of the lucky ones to join our team. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Like I said earlier, it was a bit of a challenge for us to get involved with you. But what I really like is, though, like I said earlier, like checking the references, making sure the insurance is up to date, and then like you even wanted to know about our employees. I said their employees are like, are they W-2 or are they subcontractors? They're like, no, they're real employees. And you wanted to know all about our training process. And I thought that was, for you to vet us that hard was really what kind of sets you apart from everyone else.
Yeah, well, it's really important. People are concerned about a contractor in any trade coming to their home. It's very different when you are going to a retail store or you as a homeowner are going to a doctor. You're going to their place. Generally, people aren't as creeped out going to a professional place, even to get their hair cut. But if someone's coming to your home to cut your hair, that's a little different, isn't it? Someone coming to your home to fix your plumbing, your HVAC, or they're in your garage where your pets are, your children are around, and you've got belongings in there that are valuable, right? And so most homeowners don't, in general, trust contractors, and that's where Check a Pro comes in, and that's why I need to be very careful who I associate with.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the way I kind of say it is, and I remind my team this, you are a guest. It's an honor to be allowed to be a guest at that client's home. And you have to treat them like that, because I know when strangers come to my house, my wife is a little nervous. I don't like it. My house might be a mess. My kids are everywhere. Like, I am opening my world to you, And we have to be able to respect that. And we do a great job of training our guys, and every single person's background checked, drug tested. They, we even check their motor vehicle registry, like how many speeding tickets and stuff like that. We check all that stuff out. You don't get onboarded here if you don't have a clean record. That's a mandatory thing, but it's not just that. It's also a customer service. Like you have to you have to have a servant's heart. You have to care about our clients. You can't just care about yourself. You would think that's just easy stuff to say. It's not. I've had a lot of teammates on here that we didn't align, and we have to be aligned with our core values to treat our clients right.
My email address is joe@checkapro.com. The reason why I give that out is if you have a question like Jessica, when is the best time to replace my garage door? And I'm going to have Cody answer that in a moment. But before that, once again, here is Cody's phone number for his $129 tune-up and 10 free rollers with a free 29-point garage door inspection. That's a mouthful. That's a big box of stuff he's going to bring to your home. 469-489-3834. There's only 3 of these left. We started off with 8. That means 5 lucky listeners have won. I consider it a contest. 469-489-3834. When you call the customer service representative from Garage Door Doctor, ask if you're one of the lucky 8. 469-489-3834. Let them know that you heard about this offer on my show, the Check a Pro radio show. So Jessica asks, when is the best time to replace my garage door? I think that depends.
Well, I would always tell you yesterday, okay? When was the best time? It was in the past. If you're thinking about a new door, and some people say, I'll do it in a couple years. Well, first of all, when a couple years come, you still didn't do it, right? So, and the problem is, as time goes, inflation's here. Prices go up. The investment goes up. So the best time to do it is now. If you've already thought about it, if your door is dented, cracked, rusted, sounds like a tank, just the noise is just loud, it's waking the kids up, the best time to consider it is now. It's also the best investment you can make. Remodeling Magazine says that it's 194% ROI, return on investment, for a new garage door system. They make doors now that are energy efficient. So a lot of times, like, my electric bill's going up. Well, we've got insulated steel back doors with different levels of insulation that you can choose from. And you can save some of that AC that's leaking inside the garage, or during wintertime, the heat that's leaking into it, right? You have a lot of options with us. That's what we're about. We're about giving the clients options, educated options. We'll educate you the whole time. And that's what it's about. So the best time to do it is now. You might as well enjoy it. Like, I'm going to sell the house in a couple of years. I'll do it then. Do it now. Enjoy it. When you come home, you should enjoy the look of the home. The garage door is the smile of your home, and it covers about 40% of the face of the average home here in Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's about 40% of the face of the home. Let's put those new what do you call those, dentures in, or put those new teeth in, okay? Get a brand new smile. How about that?
I totally agree. Now, if someone's listening and says, how much is this going to cost? Isn't the best thing to do is put them at ease, saying, number of different garage doors for your budget, and there's some payment plans.
Oh yes, we have we call promotional payments, and so we will give you all the options. We got anything from the top end all the way to kind of basic. But even with basic, you have plenty of options in colors and different stamp patterns. You can do windows. There's a lot of options for every single thing. And sometimes it might seem overwhelming. And so, like, sometimes if there's too many options, I want to do nothing. Well, you don't have to worry about that. We have our product specialist, and their job is to help you pick and choose what you want. And part of that is, as we left from the last break, is like, we'll take a picture of your house, and you're like, I don't know if I want the mocha chocolate color or perhaps the Sandtone color. They both kind of go with the house, and it's hard to see on just a little swatch. Well, what we do is we take a picture of the house, and then we take that door design, because there's different designs, different stamp patterns. You want to change it up, you can. If you got a kind of a ranch-looking house, we can get a door that looks a little bit more for a ranch house, or a modern-looking door. but we can show you what I call different flavors or different kind of stamp patterns is what it would be, with different colors on it, even with the windows. You don't have to guess and say, well, I really hope that kind of goes with it. And then whenever we install it a few days later, and then you're disappointed. There's no guesswork here. You're going to know exactly what you're going to get before you get it. That's really helpful, especially because it's a big decision. It's 40% of the face of your home, and we're going to help you make an easy decision.
Call Cody and his team at Garage Door Doctor now, 469-489-3834. These are going quick, so call now. You can only get it today here on the Check a Pro radio show, 469-489-3834. You're going to get a $129 tune-up, which is on sale today, by the way, and 10 free rollers. This is usually $350. On top of that, you're going to get a garage door inspection valued at $165 thrown in, so we'll call it free. Over $500 value for just $129. Call now, 469-489-3834. 469-489-3834. You have a lot of passion for what you do. You've been doing it for a long time. You grew up in the business. Is this something you see yourself doing as you retire?
Garage doors?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do this till I die. So I told that to one of my teammates. They're like, "When are you going to retire?" We're like, first of all, I'm not that old. Okay, come on now.
You're not. You're young.
But no, I love doing this. I love having a team of teammates that do this. There's nothing more fun. I'll tell you this. Sometimes I'm tired on the computer side. Like there's an email. I'm like, oh, this is boring. You know what's the funnest thing for me is going out there to the client's home and getting to meet them. I'll meet one of my techs out there. Maybe I'll bring them a lunch or a drink or something, and just be able to spend some time with the clients. And that's the part that's just, to me, that's the addicting part. That's just, I love that part of the of this job. And it's not really a job. I mean, like, what do you do? What do you do? What's your hobby? This is my hobby. So might be weird, but this is what I've always done, and I've always enjoyed it.
Popping up on my screen and in my ear, Jerry, our producer, is telling me that Michael is on the phone and he wants to talk about something garage door oriented. However, we don't have enough time before the break. So, Jerry, do me a favor, keep him on hold, and we will talk to him right after the break. If you have any questions, you can always call Cody at Garage Door Doctor, 469-489-3834. They can answer all of your garage door questions, whether you need a tune-up, you need a repair, you need a replacement, anything in terms of that garage door, including the garage door opener. And as a matter of fact, also when we come back from the break, Gene has a question he emailed. By the way, email joe@checkapro.com, just like it sounds. 3 words, check, the letter A, and pro, short for professional. joe@checkapro.com, and you can email me a question for Cody, so the next time he comes in, I can answer that for you, and we'll also respond directly on email back to you in case you don't hear the show. But for the benefit of the listeners, we will air that question. When we come back from the break, you can answer this question from Gene. Gene says, I've heard you, Joe, and Cody talk about my Q on the radio. Is this something I should really consider investing in? Is it worth it? Once again, I think I know the answer to that question. We'll be answering that question from Gene, and Michael is holding on hold right now. We'll get to that after the break. But before we go to break, one more time, if you've just tuned in, Cody Johnson from Garage Door Doctor has joined me here on the Check a Pro radio show. For just $129, he will come out to your home or someone from his team, tune up your garage door. You're going to get 10 free premium nylon rollers, a $350 value for just $129. On top of that, he's throwing in a garage door inspection for free. That's valued at $165 for over $500 value. It's only $129. Call now, 469-489-3834. Only a few of these left. 469-489-3834. Cody and I will be right back right after this, right here on Check A Pro Radio. Stand by.
If you want to get a home improvement project done, but you don't know who to call, I can help. This is Dave Ramsey. Don't call. Log on to checkapro.com.
Did you know your old garage door can help save lives? Hi, I'm Tommy Mello with Garage Door Doctor. When we replace your garage door, we put the old garage door to work, donating old doors to local first responders so they can train for life-saving rescue operations. Right now, we'll give you up to $1,000 for your old garage door when you upgrade to a new one. From simple repairs to new garage doors, call the Garage Door Doctor today.
Honest quality work at a fair price. Garage Door Doctor. Garage Door Doctor.
Do you have a question for Check-A-Pro Joe? Email Joe at checkapro.com.
This is the Check A Pro Radio Show.
And back here from the Check A Pro Radio Studios. I just love what I do. I've got a good friend of mine. He is a pre-qualified home service provider at Check A Pro. Cody Johnson from Garage Door Doctor, thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you for having me again.
As I had mentioned before the break, Michael is holding on hold, and he has got something he wants to tell us. And I love this because when we talk, sometimes we get feedback. Now, most of the people who listen don't call. It's the ratio is crazy. Thousands of people listening and very few call. But I really appreciate that. So let's go out and talk to Michael right now.
I was out driving around and I heard the talk show and I listened, and my garage door is 35 years old, so it had issues, so I'm getting a new door put in.
Oh, so you're getting a brand new door?
Yes, new door. I didn't have a closer on it or anything, so the old door was 35 years old. All the support beams on the doors had delaminated. In other words, everything was in bad shape, so I just decided to go ahead and instead of trying to rehab that door so it'll stand up to a closer, just go ahead and put a new door on it.
Fantastic. And if you were to give them a rating, like a star rating, 1 being lowest, 5 the highest,
I'd say from the input I got from the service guy, I'd have to give him a 5. He was very knowledgeable, very upfront, spent a admirable amount of time going over everything with me. They seem to be a very stand-up company. Like I say, my garage was 35 years old. I don't go in and out that much because I usually park my jet skis in the garage. I've had to put a screwdriver in the door to hold the door up for years, and I'm like, this door needs to be worked on. Yeah, like I say, I heard it, and I go, you know what? Because the one thing I don't mess with, garage doors, the springs. I don't deal with that. Those things are dangerous. The information I got from the show was very good. The information I got from the tech was very good. In fact, they're installing it as we speak.
Fantastic. It's a great company. They're always going to be there for you. So if you ever have a problem, you can call on them at any point in time. And have yourself a fantastic day.
All right, you too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Once again, Cody, I just love hearing from happy listeners and happy customers.
That was amazing. I love Michael was saying that we're installing it as he was calling in. That's awesome. Well, Michael, I really do appreciate your trust in us. And if there's any issues, you just give us a call. We will take care of it. I'll take care of it for you. But there won't be because you're going to be it's going to be a worry-free member. So no worries.
Cody's number 469-489-3834. Call now to get your $129 tune-up. It's usually not that price. 10 free rollers on top of that. These are high-quality premium nylon rollers. Your garage door is going to sound like it's a brand new door. And that's what's really cool, Cody. You can add rollers to a garage door that is 6 days old or 6 years old or even 16 years old, and it's going to run better and sound better.
Yeah, I've even done them on doors that are over 60 years old, believe it or not.
Oh, so goodness.
There are some ancient ones out there. It's going to run better, it's going to run smoother, and it's going to run safer. That's the main goal. And, a tune-up's not just a throwaway. A tune-up is we're going to tighten the nuts and the bolts. And then we're also doing the free inspection. Like, this is a very... we're going to spend a lot of time there, and we're going to look at everything like a fine-tooth comb.
Gene listens on a regular basis, and he's said that he has heard you and I talk about the MyQ garage door opener, and he wants to know if it's really worth it for his home, for his garage door. And I've got MyQ on my 2 garage door openers.
Right.
I've got 2 garage doors, as you know. I've got one that's for 2 cars and one for a single car. I really don't know how I lived without it. So I would say if I were answering the question, I would invest in it.
Right. There's probably a lot of listeners here. They may not even know what a MyQ opener is. So MyQ is an app that's made by either Chamberlain or LiftMaster, the professional model motor, or what I call an opener. An opener is not the little thing in your hand. That's called a remote control. So an opener is the thing that hangs in the garage that opens and closes your garage door. So on the LiftMaster openers, they come with the MyQ app. And you're like, well, what's that do? So what's really awesome, this thing has so many features, so many. So on the app, it'll tell you if the door is open or closed. On the app, you can get an opener that has a camera. You can actually live stream it, and you can see if it's open or closed, or see as the kids walk in or as Amazon delivers a package. Really awesome stuff. You can also schedule when to either open or close the door. So, and you can set certain rules. So for instance, at my house, if it's 9 p.m. at night and the door's been open for over 30 minutes, I want the door to automatically close. So I can set that as a rule because I've got 8 kids and one of the 8 kids are leaving it up, or maybe I did it. All right, maybe I did it, right? So, but the door will automatically close for me. And don't worry, it's got all the safeties built into it. So that's really awesome. If you have a dog, let's say, I know you sometimes go on vacation for anniversaries and stuff. You can, if you have a dog sitter coming over and taking care of the dog, you can send them a user link where they can open and close it. And you'll have a history. You'll see history and everything. So this thing is awesome because you can open and close it, as I like to say, on the golf course in Chicago, even though your house is here in Dallas. Okay. So,
yeah.
And that's what's really awesome about it. But also there's other things like when you get a new LiftMaster opener, it's going to have a DC motor. A lot of clients still have what's called an AC motor. An AC motor, the door is shaking. The house makes a lot of noise. Like there's upgraded different types of motors that are a lot quieter, a lot safer, and a lot more gentle, both on the garage door and more importantly, if it hits something, it's going to be a lot more gentle on that. So it's not tearing stuff apart as easily. Understand weird things can happen. I want to make that clear. But updated safeties, updated security features, plus you get new remotes and new wall switch. Why wouldn't you want that?
It's fantastic. So I strongly recommend it, Gene. If someone wants this, when you guys come out to do the $129 tune-up and the rollers, is this something they have to call ahead of time for? How does that work?
That's a great question. I didn't even bring that up earlier. Thank you. So, we'll go with 99%. Okay, 99% of the time, our goal is to have everything that's possibly needed for your garage door or your garage door opener on our van. It's a fully stocked van. And the reason we do that is for convenience for our clients. What we don't want to do is for you to block out a few hours of your day waiting for us to say, well, hey, you need an opener or you want an opener or whatever the case is. And we say, well, we got to order it and we got to come back and we'll see you in like 3 to 5 days when we get it. So you don't have to, and now you're blocking another half of your day out. That doesn't work for us. Like we're here to help you, not inconvenience you. So what our goal is if you do need or want anything, we should most of the time have it on the truck so we can do it right then and there. You don't have to worry about it. As long as you have enough time on your day, we can take care of you right then and there. And that's what our goal is.
Call Cody and his team, 469-489-3834. Again, 469-489-3834. Take advantage of this tune-up. Many people, Cody, are going to find that they have a reborn garage door, basically. Yeah. When you put the 10 rollers on, these are nylon rollers. Even if you have nylon rollers and they're old, they probably need to be replaced. A lot of people don't have, especially if you have what they call a builder grade door. It's just enough to sell the house.
Yeah.
You are going to be able to take an old door and make it sound better. I mean, realistically, you could replace all the parts over time and have a whole new system because they're all different parts. But a panel is a panel. So if you have really bad rollers, it's going to make a lot of noise, especially if it's a cheap one.
Right.
But if that garage door is making a lot of noise and you want to make it a little quieter, I would start with rollers. Call now, 469-489-3834. Get it tuned up, and at the same time, you're going to get a free garage door inspection. All of this is worth over $500, but only one of my listeners is going to get this. Now, we started off with 8.
Whoa.
There's only one left, Cody. Can you believe that? Call now, 469-489-3834. Only $129 for the $500 value. Plus, you're going to establish a relationship with a great company, Cody's company, Garage Door Doctor. 469-489-3834. 469-489-3834.
And may I say something? So you said earlier, like the door, make it quieter, and that's kind of the easy things for us to say. But noise a lot of times means friction. Friction means something's going to break eventually or get stuck. So like from me as a technician, yes, I like the convenience for you to make it quieter and a little bit smoother. But my goal is, where there's friction, we got to figure out what's going on there. Yes, sometimes we can just lubricate it, which is part of our tune-up. Not a problem. It will lube it up. But what we want to make sure is this nothing's going to get stuck. And like sometimes on rollers, like if they're locking up in the tracks, you'd say, well, I can oil it and the noise is gone. No, you've masked it. So what we want to do is we want to see where the noise is coming from and figure out, okay, is this something that's wearing out or worn out, or is this something that we can lubricate? There is a difference there. What our goal is not just to solve the symptom, we also want to fix the cause, because the last thing I want you to do is to call us out month after month after month after month. I mean, if you love us, that's not a problem. We'd be glad to do that for you, but most people don't want to see us that many times, right? So what I like to say is, like, we can be a happy memory or your best friend. It just depends whichever route you want to go.
Cody, I've got some great news and some bad news.
Uh-oh.
Jerry tells me all 8 of these offers are gone for $129. The bad news is for our listeners, they're all gone. Can you do me a favor?
What do you need?
2 more. 2 more for our listeners here on Check A Pro Radio. Can you go from the 8 to 10?
Let's do it.
Okay, so Cody's offering 2 more of these here. You know, this is a 2-minute warning. It's the end of the game, end of the show. 469-489-3834. Call now to get your $129 garage door tune-up. Get the 10 free nylon rollers. These are premium rollers. I got them on my doors. I love it. By the way, I've got my Q. Love it. Upgrade everything, everybody. It just makes sense. It's convenient. It's not expensive. When it comes to home improvements, the garage door and the system is one of the least expensive things to get done. It's not a new roof. It's not a new kitchen. It's not a new bathroom. It's not a swimming pool. HVAC system, replumbing, rewiring a house. Those are expensive. Garage door, people take it for granted. It's used all day long, every day, 365, and it's not that expensive.
You're absolutely right. Not expensive at all. And, you know, the thing is, what's expensive is when you're not preemptive. Okay. So, and hence the point of the tune-up. Let's make sure we're fixing things before the door gets ripped in half, and now you're forced to having to change a door. You want to change it, that's fine. You're forced into it, you don't like that, right? And that's why we do our 29-point inspection, to make sure that doesn't happen.
Only 2 of these offers left. For $129, get a tune-up, get 10 free premium nylon rollers, and get a free garage door inspection. 469-489-3834. Call now.
Thanks for listening to the Check A Pro Radio Show. For more information on how to select the right contractor for your project, visit our website, checkaproradioshow.com. Join us again next week at the same time.